want this? Go get it. Bring it here. Bring it here. Oh, he's such a good dog. Digger, such a drop. Or do you want to play? You want to play? You want to play? Can I have it? Can I have it? Hey, how about we do a shop tour, huh? How about we go down to the shop and do a shop tour? What do you think? Let's go do a shop tour. Hey, it's Craig here, Diggs Rod Shop, and it's coffee time. That's for sure. I got my John Wayne cup with me this morning, and I like John Wayne. For those who didn't know who John Wayne was, he's one of the greatest cowboys ever and actor. Anyway, he had a quote right there on my cup. A man has got to do what his man has got to do. And what we're going to do today is we're going to walk down the shop and we're going to take a tour. Follow me. Come on, Digger. Want to go with me? You lead the way. Yep. All right. Watch. He'll get down so far and he'll have to turn around and make sure I'm still with him. There he is. Yep. I'm coming. I think I'm going to start right over here. Over the weekend, I had isolated that coil problem. You guys, I did a video of that. And, you know, I do some of these videos, kind of a simple thing to find that you had a bad coil. You know, just troubleshooting is sometimes one of the difficult things on a car. And for the guys out there, you know, that think I should have found that right away. Well, I didn't. Just goes to show you. Everybody can learn something too, as long as I've been working on cars, you know. One of those things. With that said, though, I took it out Friday. It was beautiful. It was like 69 degrees here in Iowa. And I even isolated an oil leak, which this is a 66 327 engine. So it had the old canister filter on it. And it's got that adapter so you can put a spin on it. And I thought that housing was cracked, but it wasn't actually cracked. It was the gasket that was on it. And so I figured that out, put a new one on it, and bingo. First small block Chevrolet I've ever had that doesn't leak. Right there. But anyway, I took it out for a spin, runs up and down the highway really good. That intake, that carburetor, and that distributor really made a big difference on this thing. Woke that little 327 up. So with that said, I'm about to put the hood back on this thing, do a little bit of polishing. Put the, that's a temporary top that I put on there. This is going to be ABS plastic, which is the first layer that I'm going to put down. I'll pull all these stainless steel screws back out of it. I'll countersink that and put countersink screws in it. And then over the top of that's going to get about a 3/16 pad that'll go over that. And then that Giuliano's top will actually come clear out to about right here. I'm not going to follow that original channel. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put that Giuliano's. It's going to stick up on the edge just about that much, but you guys will see me when I do it. But anyway, guy can run around with that top on it for a little while. Looks pretty good. Got all the glass functioning in it. All the windows are functioning in it. I think I pinched a tail light when I took and put the gas tank in, so I popped a fuse on that, but I'll figure that one out too. So with that said, there's a little 32 Ford 5 window, and she's getting there. Follow me through the rest of the shop. So here's the 48. I haven't done a video on the 48 for quite some time because we just haven't been able to get back on it. You know, we do a lot of customer work here at Diggs Rod Shop. We'd like to build our own stuff all the time. That would be awesome. However, it's not always possible because we do have a clientele that expects us to work on their vehicles too. And so the 48 is still here. I will tell you guys, again, there's that underdash. That is fully in stock right now with the handle that goes for the cowl extension. And that is a bolt-in deal. And I can tell you that'll be in one of the catalogs here pretty soon. And I'll give you the name. Well, that's Yogi's out of Monticello, Iowa. They've been pretty good about putting a lot of our product in their catalog anyway. So we're sending all that information off for them. And again, stake pockets are going to be in their catalog too. So if you need a stake pocket for a 4755, I take that back. That runs about 47 to 53 for sure. Some of the 54s, but that stake pocket for the AD truck is what it's for. You can get that on our website. You'll be able to get it through Yogi's also. And Chevy of the 40s is now going to be carrying those for us too. So shout out to Chevy of the 40s. Thanks, guys. Come on over here. This is the Cadillac limousine that we've been working on. We've done a lot of metal work on this one. And we went ahead and set it off and had it blasted. And the reason why we had it blasted was the more it sat here in the shop in a confined or a controlled space, the more we were finding that there was rust underneath whatever was put on there, probably an epoxy back in the day. And not knocking the last shop, but they went right over the top of it. So I guess I am knocking them. But anyway, with that said, come on over here. I'll give you an idea of what was happening. So even right here, if you come around this way, JJ was working on it, and he found this right here with a couple bubbles on it, and he realized they actually put a patch in there. And so that's the patch they put over this. This really wasn't even rusted out. It had a dent in it. So they welded over the top of it and bonded it over. And so, you know, you guys out there that do metal work, I mean, a little Bondo isn't so bad, but, you know, you can kind of see the dent in that thing. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick. On top of that, if they were going to go ahead and do the metal work on it, why not just cut it out and replace the steel? That one kind of baffled me. The other thing I would tell you is up here on these sail panels that come down here, you can see all the fresh metal work right there. This was there too. They did the kind of the same thing. They did a layover of a piece of metal, and that was on the back side of it. You know, what I would tell you when it comes to metal work, I'd never leave any of this, and I would always cut that out and put a new piece in. So that's what JJ did. Both sides were the same way. This one was here. This one was on the other side, actually. So there's a pair of those. The other reason is we got into that top, and that drip edge was just a mess. And so they've ended up cutting that drip edge off. There's no way, if we would have went on with what was already there, I would guarantee you that there would have been rust bubbling through on that within 1 year or one cycle of, you know, winter, spring, fall. So anyway, with that said, but we're getting very, very close. All the metal work is just about done on this Cadillac, and it's just about headed over for epoxy. And it's going to get a little body work. Most of the, like the hood, the front fenders, the rear quarters, the trunk deck, that's all done. And so I'd say by the end of the week, this thing's going to be heading to the body shop. So follow me. Ooh, hey, about forgot my cup of coffee. Come on, John Wayne. Some of the other things I'd like to talk to you guys about here in the shop is that we do a full service and a mechanical side of the shop now too. And, you know, I guess the big question is, where do you go to take your 1949 Hudson Hornet to get the transmission looked at? Well, come on here to Diggs Rod Shop, because we've got two talented guys that know the vintage transmissions, engines, flatheads, you know, specialize in small block Chevys. These guys know small block Chevys too, like no other. But so this is actually a friend of mine, longtime friend that I've known that has had these Hudsons, and he's got several of them. Was having a transmission problem. You can kind of zoom in here just a little bit. Now, I got to give it to Hudson, because this thing was actually moving. It had a few noises, but the overdrive wasn't working. But you can see all these broken parts in here. Shims. You can even see one gear's missing right there, or one tooth on that gear. There's quite a little bit. So the tough part about a 49 Hudson is finding another transmission. So anybody out there that has a 49 tranny, let me know. We've got a few people on it. I feel pretty confident that we'll be able to find another one, but I think it's going to take the internals from another one to make this one work. So anyway, this, come on around here. That is the Twin H Power right there. That is an original Hudson right there. It's just a gorgeous old car. You just don't find these very often. Spinning over here, as you guys can see, that 55 is still here. We have finished up the work that we were going to do to it for him, and we ended up putting a new chrome strip right here. Like I said in that video, I'll bet you if we put a new chrome strip on there, that cheek mark would probably come out of it, and it did. We didn't really have much to do with that at all, but you can see that that's functioning good now. New tranny mounts, new engine mounts. We put all new shocks on it for him. We changed the oil in the engine. We serviced the transmission. We serviced the rear end. this thing has got 4-corner shocks on it too. I guess I already said that, but she's ready to roll down the road. So John is going to get a nice little car out of that deal. So follow me over here. Here's the Torino. You guys can kind of see we've had to put a little bit of a brakes on the Torino here just for a couple weeks, because one of the things that we cannot find, and AMD has been, vigorous about trying to find us one. We had one, and I think it got lost in transit somewhere along the line. It is what it is, but this inner, or the outer part of the inner fender well, we have been looking high and low. We found a company out in Colorado that actually has a good one, new old stock, or I take it back, wouldn't be new old stock. They're going to actually cut it out of another car, so it's an original and it's in really good shape. So that's coming. The other thing I would tell you is we've been looking for a trunk deck for a 70 Torino. The one we have is just Swiss cheese, and it's going to take a lot of fab work and a lot of hours to get that thing, made it right with the new metal work. So if we could find another one, I think it would be best if we found another one and worked with it. And these guys also provided that too. Follow me around to the front here. When I did that video on a lot of the parts and a lot of the pieces on this car that we cannot get, they don't make them. I will tell you, it's this front rail right here and that torque box for the 70 Torino. We cannot find a new old stock. We can't find a reproduction. So we have to find it out of another car. Again, shout out to those guys out in Colorado. I'll give you guys that name up in the right-hand corner, who that is. They've done a great job about cutting one out of another car that they had in their junkyard too. So they're going to ship it all to us. Should be here in the next couple of weeks. We'll get right back on this Torino. We've done a lot of metal work to this car right here, and I can tell you that between Cassidy and JJ, they've just been doing a phenomenal job on it. So anyway, I'm moving on around to the next project. Let's pick up John Wayne, take him with us. Again, these are some of the parts from the Cadillac. That's that parts Cadillac that we have. We've got a gentleman that we've been working on for the last year or so. He's got this 72 International pickup. He brought this to us here, I think it was last week. We got to kind of go through and correct a few things. Not bad, but it's one of those deals where we've done the front fenders, we've done the doors on that truck, and we're now going to kind of rework the cab for him, and we're going to get it all said and done there. Aaron's working on that one there. So come on over here. Here's a car that we did a restoration on this GTX. I think it's been, I'm going to say 3 or 4 years ago. And the customer got a hold of me. Well, it was probably, I know it was a year ago, I was at a car show, and he had mentioned that he had a couple cracks in the body work. And I was like, man, what is going on? So he showed me what it was. If you come in here, you can see right here. And back in the day on that GTX, this would have been, this whole cowl right here had lead in it. And I think it's actually the lead. Now, I would have never thought that that would have cracked. Usually we dig the lead out of there, so I'll find out what's going on. But anyway, with that said, when you lift this car on the hoist, it actually bends a little bit. It separates. And this car does not have frame connectors on it. So I think, I know usually they give way here at the door, but I think it's given just a little bit right there. So anyway, that's a warranty deal. I'll fix it. Not a problem. Anyway, and it did it on the other side too. So I think it's a GTX deal. Anybody has a GTX out there that ever had that happen, give me a shout out. That car had no rust in it right there, so I know it wasn't a rust issue at all. But anyway, he brought it back. We're going to get it fixed for him and get it back out the door. So you guys remember the Avanti. 1963 Avanti. Oh boy, was that thing a mess when it came into the shop here. And again, this is a fiberglass car. 289 cubic inch, supercharged from the factory, Hurst 4-speed in it. And so here we are. We are just about to start put this thing back together. It has been painted. All the body work's been done on it. The guys have been buffing on it. And there's old Digger finally showing up here. So he was supposed to be on the tour with me. But you can look inside here. The dash is original. We're just going to have to clean the dash. I don't know that they make a reproduction anything for this car. There's a few things. There's Avanti Bob out there, I will tell you guys. He has been instrumental with us on the rebuild of this car. So shout out to Avanti Bob. He's done a great job too. Come on up front here. They're just starting to set up and shim front bumper right there. So with that said, starting to get some of the badging on it and starting to get some of the chrome back on it, but you can kind of just walk around this just a little bit and you can see that things looking really nice. I'm pretty sure they're going with like a 5-spoke wheel, not a torque thrust 2, but similar to that, and that's going to look nice. The whole underneath of this car is already done. Now there's going to be some work that has to be done, spotting things in here and there, but we've got to finish up the interior, put the glass in it, and finish assembling this thing. So anyway, with that said, there's the Avanti. You can kind of look behind us. There's the hood to the limo, collecting just a little bit of dust. And there's one of the front fenders. Here's another one of the front fenders. And so quite a little bit of that limousine's actually ready to go. So we're just going to get that body over here now and finalize the body work on it. So with that said, this is Craig, Diggs Rod Shop, running down around here with a cup of coffee. Thought you guys want an update of what we've got going on in the shop. And that includes this morning. Make sure you like and subscribe, and me and Digger will catch you in the shop on the next video. So signing out.